Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Ponderings of a Psychic. Today I would like to talk about the relationship between intuition and self-love. And there are many aspects of self-love, and I would like to talk about having the capacity to listen to yourself with love. The reason why I think that's so important is because when I did some workshops last year on developing your psychic abilities and your intuition, I would ask my clients to reverse roles, and they would become the intuitive reader and I would become the client. And I would ask questions about me or my husband or some friends who had given consent. And I was blown away by the answers. People were just so good and so accurate. But then when I would ask them about their own issues, they would maybe have a moment of clarity, a moment in which they would allow an accurate answer coming from inside of them, but then right away they would go back into some kind of a loop talking, things they had taught 100 times before. You could hear it. They would say, yeah, but then I think, what about the mortgage and can we afford it? I know I don't like my job, but not, everybody dislikes their jobs sometimes, and maybe it's just a phase. And what am I even complaining about? So many people would love to have my job, like not good things that don't serve us at all. I had to think that way. So then I thought, this is what it is. You can have you can have the best polished intuition and psychic abilities, but if you can't listen to yourself, you're actually missing out on the greatest gift. Now, let's say this lady who was my client and who really wants to change jobs, but who has a family and growing up kids, and who knows that the job she has is a job that she's also envied for. Let's say this woman does the right thing and goes and talks to a loving friend about it, or a person she loves and trusts and feels safe with. What's going to happen is that the person she talks to is going to listen to her with an open heart and an open mind. If not, it's the wrong person to talk to. And this person is first of all going to listen, maybe ask some very wise questions or give some suggestions, give a hug, squeeze her hand. And afterwards, the lady with the problem is gonna feel a whole lot better. She got it off her chest. But it's not just that, because if you just want to get things off your chest, you could tell your story to a pot plant. But she was listened to, and in creating that space of love, of trust, the intuition can do its miracle, because you create space. You literally create space within you. And as soon as you do that, the mighty brain and the mighty heart and the mighty intuition, they align and they can come up with solutions for you and they can give you insights. Now, the reason why we actually, not all of us, but a lot of us, can't seem to really listen to ourselves is, I think, because it's a skill that maybe we weren't taught. Like, I was born in 1960 in Europe, and I come from parents who have been through a world war, who came from parents who had been through 2 world wars and a Great Depression. And, these people often had like 9 or 10 children at least, and no washing machines, the poor mothers, no washing machines, no sliced bread, no takeaway meal, nothing. Everything was labor intense. And children, they could be seen but not heard. So what do you get? None of us, generation after generation, has not been taught to we don't know what it means to be listened to, yeah, by the people who raise us, and therefore we don't know how we can listen to ourselves. And this is a skill that we, of course, like all skills, we can do it ourselves. Especially when you're busy, maybe just stop a couple of times a day, and instead of coming from your head, having made a list from your head, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, maybe just really feel what's next, what's the next step, what's good for me to do now. Sometimes just listen. And because one of the big things, why we listen to others with more patience and compassion and tolerance than we listen to ourselves, is because we all have these crazy expectations of ourselves. It's like people my age, they say, I don't like to be in pictures anymore, like because of my wrinkles. Like, okay, so now you expect from yourself to be 61 and not to have wrinkles? This is crazy. You don't expect that from other people, So to kind of release this ridiculous, expectations we have on ourselves, just stop a couple of times a day. See what you need. Slowly, slowly. Always, always have your own back. So slowly, with patience, learn to have your own back by listening to yourself, what you really try to say to yourself. So that is my message for today. Thank you again for listening to me. And next week, I think I would like to talk about self-acceptance. Very, very important. Thank you very much. This was Melita.